Welcome to the Champion Breakdown,
where we highlight the gold nuggets, the tips and tricks to help you become the best version of yourself in your journey to becoming a champion.
Oh, welcome everyone to the Champion Breakdown with Connor. We just had the most amazing interview with him. I cannot believe he is 10 years old. I mean, not only with the things that he's doing, but also the way he is so comfortable in front of, this interview, the camera, all the things. Like, he is an amazing little human, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. That's why I wanted to share him with our young champions out there. It's really inspiring, and he's got a great spirit to help people. I feel like he's, in his craft for the right reasons. But yeah, 10, man. What were you doing at 10? I mean, we were doing sports, but not like this. I was still digging in the dirt a lot and catching lizards.
I mean, I do feel like 10 for me was when I really started to get serious about skiing, but yeah. I definitely wasn't breaking all odds like he is. And I wasn't getting interviewed on podcasts, that's for sure.
Yeah, no. Gosh, my favorite thing was when what did we ask him? We asked him, what do you do when you have fear or doubts, you can't do anything? And he just so simply was like, I just tell myself, you got it, you can do it.
I know. I think that's what's so cool about talking to such a young athlete like that, because I think that a lot of the stuff that he does, he doesn't even realize how he's doing it. He probably really is doing it naturally. And it's cool that he's already started to figure that out because, as you know, we've been interviewing some of these other champions, and it was like trial and error for them to figure out, oh yeah, this works or this doesn't. And he kind of already seems like he's figured that out, and it's going to really help him, go really far, because those things are so important. Just the fact, like you said, like the affirmations and it seems like he doesn't even have a word for it. We almost kind of had to like pull it out of him to help, for him to realize like, oh yeah, you do this, but you're not mindful of it. You're just naturally doing it. And you're realizing that, okay, my self-talk does make a difference, and I need to talk myself up, and I need to kind of visualize how my run's going to go or whatever, but it's not like he's being taught it. And so it's really cool. And hopefully he'll start teaching other, people that too, other champions and other kids that too.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted him on the podcast, because my son Lion really looks up to him, and he will, if Connor's doing it, he'll do it. But, my kids even still, they're raised with me. They know, what my sister did. They know this stuff works, but they feel awkward sometimes saying these affirmations. And it's just, I think the more that we just make it like, oh yeah, it's just normal. Like, your talk matters. And the best part about this whole interview, I think, was the message that Connor got from one of his biggest cheerleaders, Travis Pastrana, that quote he wrote on the Dunkin' Donuts box.
I know. And it's just it's so amazing how important the mentors in our lives are, because, that's something Travis, I'm sure, wanted, of course, really did believe that and felt that way. But the fact, like, he has that in his room, he's looking at it every day. And that the fact that Travis has believed in him so much has helped him believe even so much more in himself. And, that whole thing about, whatever, it's true. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. And it's one of my favorite quotes that I love to tell myself even all the time, let alone my kids. But I just think that it's so important what we are, telling our kids, or if you are a mentor, like what you're impressing on them.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this. Go write a sign right now. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. And put it on your wall or your fridge so that you just see it every day. And it doesn't just have to be about sports. It's about everything in life. Sometimes things feel really overwhelming. Sometimes, making new friends or getting out of your comfort zone that way, that's overwhelming. And this podcast, I know we talk about sports and feats of the body a lot, but it's literally to help our young champion listeners in life and every aspect. I love what Connor said about what do you do when the doubters come at you, Connor? It was so cute.
It's just so simple. Like, why can't life always be as simple as it is for a kid? Yeah. That's what's so fun about interviewing him. It's just to him, it was almost like obvious, like, well, I ignore him. Like,
Yeah.
why do we create so many issues in our head about like, oh, what are they going to think? Or this person said I can't, so maybe I actually can't. And it's like, no, he knows he can. He knows this person's opinion doesn't matter, period. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a big deal.
Right. And I think every time someone doubts you, a lot of these people we're interviewing them, they do use it as fuel for their fire. Like, yep, I'm going to show you. And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, I have done that so much in my life, like where I'm like, like sometimes I can even feel, sometimes I'm even like, when I have a doubter, I'm like, thank you. I needed somebody to doubt me, because that is what's going to get me to even be that more motivated. And sometimes you feel like, oh, is this the right kind of motivation? Like maybe I shouldn't just be motivated by that. But you know what? Like motivation is motivation. And sometimes you just it doesn't matter where it comes from.
Yep, totally. Okay. Thank you for joining us and listening to these little champion bites. Like Connor said, what a champion means to him. Cheer people on, help others, and don't give up. That's the message of the day. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.